that comment about testing definitely stood out because right now we turn to alarming numbers in the coronavirus pandemic. Those numbers have set records, the largest increase in cases since May 1st. That is just over the weekend. One especially hard-hit state is Florida, where cases have been rising steadily for weeks. That's where the president plans to deliver his acceptance speech during the Republican National Convention that's coming up in August. Manuel Bojorquez is in Miami for us. Manny, good morning. How are state officials responding to this increase?
Good morning. Governor Ron DeSantis said he will begin to crack down on bars that are overcrowded and restaurants that are not following social distancing guidelines. This comes after the most recent data shows that increasingly young people are testing positive, which some experts blame on a lack of a mandatory face mask rule and lax attitudes about social distancing. And after blaming the rise in cases here on increased testing, this weekend the governor reversed course.
Even with testing increasing or being flat, the number of people testing positive is accelerating faster than that.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis says even as Florida's record-breaking run of new cases continues, there are no plans to slow Florida's reopening or implement a mandatory mask order.
We just got to trust people. I think that tends to work better than to mandate this, mandate that.
But as cases rise statewide, some cities, like Tampa and Orlando, are implementing mask orders of their own. The rise in cases caused Major League Baseball to close all training camps in Florida and Arizona for deep cleaning. And in Tampa, players on both the professional football and hockey teams tested positive within the last week, forcing team facilities to close for disinfecting.
We opened too quickly. Our urgency to open from phase 1 to phase 2 was fueled by, again, the economy.
Dr. Marcia Katz is the chief medical officer at the University of Central Florida Health. She says COVID-related hospitalizations are up across the Orlando area. And even though young people account for much of the rise in cases, their ability to spread the virus is still a threat to public health.
Do you anticipate that in 2 weeks, given the number of new cases that we're seeing, hospitals will definitely see more patients?
Yes, I anticipate that.
Florida is one of at least 7 states where the 7-day average of positive tests is over 10%, well above the World Health Organization's recommended 5% for reopenings. Former FDA Commissioner Scott Gottlieb said on Face the Nation Sunday that getting outbreaks under control without new lockdown orders will be challenging.
We can do case-based interventions, the tracking and the tracing of sick people to get people isolated. We can go towards universal masking, something that's been controversial in some of these states, but there's not much else you can do.
And as President Donald Trump publicly claims the virus is disappearing, White House trade advisor Peter Navarro said the administration is already preparing for a second wave.
We are filling the stockpile in anticipation of a possible problem in the fall. We're doing everything we can beneath the surface, working as hard as we possibly can.
In the meantime, the organizer of several recent protests in South Carolina is urging people who participated to get tested for COVID-19 after several protesters tested positive. In light of those recent cases, several upcoming protests have been canceled. Anthony?
Manny, thank you.